Hey guys, Rocket Rob here with World Cup news and an update after the first week of the competition. It was an amazing week. We're going to be looking at some of the results, some of the shocks, and who is on top of the leaderboard right now. We're also going to be looking at the week 2, who is going to be playing who, and where the standings are right now overall. So let's get into it. But before we do, I wanted to show you again, for anyone who may have missed it, this absolute beautiful thing here. This is the actual World Cup trophy. How amazing is it? It's just so beautiful. I can't wait for it to be ours for Australia. It's definitely going to happen. This trophy, it's freaking huge. It's amazing. It's going to have the winners on the back here. It's just so beautiful. I love it. So, this is what you're after, guys. This is what you can win. This will be shipped to the winning captain's home or a player of their choice. In my case, the player that does the best on my team, if Australia win, will get the World Cup. So, let's have a look at what happened. So last week, all of the matches bar 2 were completed, which is really great. So thank you all for completing your matches. And we're going to start with Group A. So we had UK taking on USB. And this was quite interesting. UK is the top team in their group. USB is the... they are the bottom team in that group. But it wasn't actually that easy. USB managed to get them to a 2-all. Basically, it was 2-all. And then UK managed to come back from that. And managed to steal a victory. So let's have a quick look here. We had Phenom taking out the win for... Sorry, we had Tricky there taking out the win for USB. We had GMJ taking out a win there against Earl for the UK. We had Wooly Ninja actually took the win against Wooly there. And then the bottom 3 were all for the UK. So it was Tarvold winning against D. Lee, Reddy winning against X-Speed, and Laney winning against Melody. As you can see, all of their matches, you can see their IDs, you can replay them. If they were done after the update, if they weren't, you can still see them by looking in the match folder, which will be shared in the description of this video. So you can actually watch all of the replays of all the matches there, which is really, really cool. Let's go have a look. So after that, we've got now UK in first. Everyone has a free win against the Bias. So UK is now on 6 points. Mexico is in second place because they haven't played yet. And after the loss, USB is in third. So overall, no upsets there. Fairly straightforward. But it's not going to stay that way as we look at Group B here. We actually had the defending champions, India, taking on Malaysia, and Malaysia played them to a draw. Unbelievable. Malaysia were not favoured to even compete in this, to be honest. They have a reasonable team, but India are just, you know, they're like a level above as far as rankings and players are concerned, but Malaysia managed to take them to a draw. Let's see how that happened. So we had Kalal getting the win against actually beating the number 1 player from Malaysia, D. Gary, who was really the only one that had the rating level of those top players from India. We then had Janil getting a win against Wind. We had Destiny having a shock loss to PDW Demon. We're actually going to have a look at that match a bit later on. We had Malaysia getting a win here against TMMN. And then Ace getting the win against N Attack. Another upset there, with India then getting that final match there, Akash versus Snortuff. So 3-all, what a shock for the defending champions. Now they are in equal second place after the first round, with Peru getting a win over Italy. So they are actually top of the groups now. Let's have a quick look. Peru versus Italy over here. It was close. It was 4-2 to Peru. So a bit of a scare there for the number 2 team in this group. But they got the win overall with getting wins from Edda, from Joff, from George, and from Campion, with Italy getting wins there with D. Nick and Davix as well. So, you know, all the teams in there are really showing that they can be competitive. This is looking to be possibly the most competitive group, especially after that loss that draw from India and Malaysia there. It's going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens with Group B. Who is going to top it? Who is going to make it? And who is going to miss out? Going to be interesting here. But Group C was anything but competitive, I have to say. Japan took on Asia in the only match of that first week because Europe had a bye, and oh my goodness, Japan showing their strength right there. Woof! 6-0. Holy moly, that is incredible. Japan, wow. As you can see, they won every single match. MK Evans and MK and OSR and Kiro, Takuyami, I think that's how you say that, TGP, Yongnam, all getting the wins there against their opponents from Asia. Not a good start for Team Asia. Their next round will be against Europe, and I think with Japan being so dominant, next week could be the match that decides who goes through out of these two teams, to be honest. So basically, after the first round, we have Japan obviously in first, Europe yet to play in second, and after those losses, Asia will be sitting in third place there. Finally, we have my group, Group D, and we did have two matches that weren't played here in the USA versus Chile match, which I'm going to explain this. If a match is not completed, both teams, like it gets voided, and it basically, as far as countbacks go, if the teams are tied, both teams will get that counted as a loss to them, which probably won't matter unless there's a draw in points at the end of the round, but it's something to take note of to make sure you get your matches done. If your players can't, make sure your captains are finding suitable substitutions on time. Otherwise, it's really going to only negatively affect your team. Even if you only attempt to make a match on your side and the opponent doesn't, you will still get the win. But in this case, both players did not attempt to organise a match. The captains didn't organise a sub. So, unfortunately, those count as voided matches. But USA, very dominant, 4-0, getting a win, didn't even need those last two matches. They had a great win over Chile in the first round. Let's have a look at that. So, Gig was a void one. Whis got the win over Chimuelo. Oak getting the win over Chileno. Jolton getting a win over CH Benja. And Rye getting a win over Rosa with Date, and Reynolds also being avoided match there. So USA are looking very, very strong, very, very dominant. It's going to be very hard to beat them. And our final match was Australia versus Latin America, and it did get a bit scary there. Australia were down. We were down 2-1. We were down 2-1. That's right. And we came back, won the last three matches to bring that to 4-2 and to take that win away narrowly from Latin America. Woo! That was a bit intense. That was a bit intense. I was very nervous every one of those last three matches, to be honest. But let's have a look at how they went. We had Zombie getting a real tough win. It was close against Zeus. We had Perino getting a win against Escanor. We had H2O coming back from it. Something that looked impossible there against Jack. We had Mad Dog losing against Soul. Ziotel losing against Cyclo. And Peter getting that win, DPLIU, against Paclol. Very, very, very competitive. Very intense. Latin America are certainly not to be forgotten. They have a strong team, and it could be interesting as in the next round they will be taking on the USA. It's going to be a tough ask, to be honest. And Australia versus Chile, that will be interesting. Destiny versus PDW Demon. So let's have a look at that now. Okay, so here's the match. We've got Destiny versus PDW Demon. Destiny calling himself Daddy here. It's not what's written on the team sheet there, but I'm sure he'll fix that up later. So now we've got Daddy running the evil, my nightmare, the double Mega Gardevoirs. Then we've got PDW Demon with the Mega Lucarios, double Mega Lucarios. Love that, love that. Definitely not biased at all here, but I'm going for the Lucarios. And Mega Lucario coming in, going up against the Altaria, getting the knockout straight off the bat. Boom! Aura Sphere. Bye-bye, Altaria. And now Daddy coming in with that Gardevoir. PDW Demon using another DC here. Coming in, using his first DC, I should say. Coming in here, getting the neutral roll on the first one, but then getting a bullet punch. Gets that knockout. Bye-bye, Gardevoir. Get out of here. And now Drifblim goes out onto the entry point with PDW Demon coming out, getting that Aura Sphere again, and Daddy getting white. Unlucky there. So, getting defensive now. We get Daddy covering up that entry point, Demon coming through, going after the Keldeo, and getting the lucky spin again. Purple on white. What? Bye-bye. You get to change forms. Resolute form is coming out already. And that's it. Lucario's evolution finishes. What a solid performance there. But Demon wants more. He's hungry for blood. He comes out, Mega Lucario. He's going to move in, yes. Goes up to that Vibrava. Can't attack because of its ability. On this turn, Daddy is like, screw this. I'm going Mega. Mega Gardevoir's going out. Gonna blue hole you away. Bye-bye. But no, the Aura Sphere. Oh, I love it. Oh, man. Bye-bye, Mega Gardevoir. Now Demon can go after that Vibrava. What's going to happen here? He gets the purple on white. Are you kidding me? What? Gotta love this. Unless you are a fan of the Gardevoirs and Daddy, in which case, maybe not. Daddy getting defensive. He has to come on with the Mega Altaria. And the boss Lucario, Mega Lucario, getting another knockout. Gold on purple. Just the spins just going the way Demon wants. What will Daddy do here? He has to get a knockout here. He comes in with the purple Z move, the fairy Z move. Massive purple. The Lucario doesn't get the spin this time. And the Twinkle Tackle goes down. That Lucario will go back to the bench and then drive straight back out. Daddy blocks with the Drifblim. The Drifloon comes through. What's he going to do here? Interesting choice. We get a Mega Gardevoir. I guess because you can't go through the Gardevoirs. That's right. The ability has changed. Got to remember that. Now, will Blue Hole go off here? No, Blue Hole! And that Gardevoir taken away. Bye-bye, Mega Gardevoir. Not today. No Blue Hole in today. And the Drifblim, after it's evolved attack from the last one, goes through getting... Oh, what's Daddy doing here? He uses the tricky little switchy-roo thingy. Bob gets that Mega Gardevoir out of the bench, but just gets taken away right back there again. Whoa! And the Vibrava comes out, getting defensive here. He kind of has to. He's down 2 figures. It's a bit of, you know, you've got, well, I guess you don't probably want to be too defensive. You've got to get some knockouts here, really, Daddy. Uses that recycle plate. But now Demon's closing in. Daddy getting defensive here. He's got to go for it now. You've got that recycle plate being used. So now he can Mega Gardevoir again. Can he get a blue hole or a knockout? Needs it. Needs to rebalance that board in his favor. Or at least even the states a little bit. But no! And that recycle that he used is going to come back to bite him in the ass. Luke Harrio can now go Mega. PDW Demon will take that victory and has to thank RNGesus for that one, I think. That was quite a match. Wow. And the best part is, those Mega Gardevoirs lost. The nightmare is over. Okay. Well done, PDW Demon. Great match. We're now going to have a quick look at the matches that are coming up next week. What's going to happen next week? Let's have a look. Okay, so we are going to now be looking at the matches coming up next week. So first up, UK. They have a bye. They had their first match. They had their win last week. They now have a rest week. While they are having a rest, we will have Mexico taking on USB. These are the 2 and 3 ranked teams in the group, and on paper, it should be the match to determine who goes through in that second place. But, you know, it was a pretty tight match there between UK and USB. So anything can happen in this group still. You know, it really could end up anywhere at the end of the third week. But our first match, and probably the one I'm recommending to watch out for, is MEX Jake versus Showtime. Wow, this is going to be big. Showtime has promised to be streaming this live on his channel. It's, going to be crazy, only like a Showtime stream can be. I'm really looking forward. Hopefully I will get to see this depending on time zones and when they play and all of that. But it should be a great match to watch. Good fun, good experience. So definitely check out Showtime's channel if you haven't already. Like and subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Do all that. It's great. We've then got Glamp versus Golith, Isnot versus Lot US, Octmex versus Popeye GA, Dragon versus Shorty, and COC versus Carito. So interesting matches there. Going to be keeping an eye out. These two teams should be very, very competitive. Next up, India versus Italy. This is going to be very, very intriguing, really. This is just like India had a shock draw in the last round of the first week. So they'll be out to really dominate this. And you want, if you're India, you want to make sure you dominate this match. This is top versus bottom of the group. They should dominate this match. If they don't, then we probably start to ask some questions about Team India's chances in this World Cup. Italy hoping to, do something here. It's going to be a big ask for them to defeat the defending champions and the number 2 seeds. But let's have a look at these matchups. So we've got Bahu versus ITCHJO2, Xbot versus EU, not EU, Destiny versus Diokane, Akash versus Kiros, Pavan versus Demon, and Suraj versus Kree. Now, the matches I'm most interested in here is Destiny versus Diokane and Xbot versus not EU. They are both going to be great matches. Both of these are full of great players, so I think it'll be very interesting. I think some of these other matches are going to be great as well. I don't recognize all of the names of some of them. The India players are all very strong, so it's going to be quite interesting. Pavan's probably their lowest one in there, but he's still quite a good player, especially lately. He's really surged up in the last few months. Next up, Peru versus Malaysia. Malaysia, after an epic draw against India, will be looking to continue that momentum up against the number 2 team in their group, Peru, who had a close win against Italy last week. So this should be very competitive, very interesting. I mean, this group could really, who knows where it's going to be after this week. We should get a better picture, but it's just, I can't really pick what's going to happen. Achilles versus MYNC, 7 and 8. We've got RJ versus Demon. We've got Edo versus Hambar. We've got Topper versus Craven. We've got Gohan XD versus Ace. And Ratzel versus Gary. Interesting. I mean, I love watching Ace's matches, to be honest. They're quite fun, so I'm going to probably check out that one if I can. Gary. I want to check out Gary. He's one of the latest additions to the D-Clan. I didn't actually get to watch his first round match. So his 4.3k is his highest rating. So yeah, it would be interesting to learn a bit more about him. Next up, Japan having a rest after their absolutely crushing performance of the first round. They will basically wait it out while Europe and Asia duke it out next week. for probably the position of second in this draw, as Japan look to be untouchable right now. Oh my goodness, take a look at this lineup here. Europe is going in hard. They know what the stakes are. They know they have to win this match. And they've got Vixen there versus Pika. That is going to be... Oof, that's going to be tough. Vixen is a very solid player. I don't know too much against Pika. Devani versus Dam. Look, Dam's good, but Devani... Oof, he is a bit of a nightmare, gotta be honest. Leishin, heard only good things about Leishin. He's taking on Luca. Luca is a solid player. That should be a great matchup. We've got Simi versus Jonah. Another solid matchup there. Drakon versus Buttersen. Don't know too much about these guys. I think I've played Drakon a little bit. D-San versus AS Hardy. Can't really tell you too much about him either there. I'd like to have a look at some of the results here, but I think if I'm going to pick a winner here, like, Europe are going to be tough to beat in this match here, and I think they'll probably go through into that second place. Next up, USA versus Latin America. Latin America almost getting the upset winner for my team, the Team Australia, which was a bit scary until we came back and won those last 3 matches in a row to secure that win. Was it 3 matches in a row? Yeah, I think it was. It was absolutely incredible. Like, we needed that. Wow. Then we have, USA, Rico versus Richie. USA in this round really is looking for an easy win here. It's going to be hard for Latin America. They don't quite have the power to keep up with USA, I think. But, I mean, if you look at the USA lineup, they have left a lot of their big guns out. You know, they've got some of them there, but Rico, Ulysses, Lilu. Ulysses and Lilu are really, really, really top players. Travis is good, Mig is good, Bill is... They're all... There's no bad players in Team USA. Like, their lowest rated player, Rico, is still like 37 something. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Latin America, I don't see them winning more than like 2 at a stretch. Maybe... I predict USA 5-1 in this, to be honest. Australia versus Chile. Now, I have looked into this quite a bit, and it's quite interesting. Now, Chile are the number 3 rated team in this group. Australia, the number 2. So, this could be the match that determines who makes it through to the quarterfinals. Now, with this, both Australia and Chile have both brought their top 4 players. We have kind of stacked this matchup, to be honest, and it looks like Chile have done the same, wanting to get that win here. Now, we've got Zombie versus Treble, Wicked versus Chileno, Rocket versus Benja, Reno versus Rossa, SHD versus Reynolds, whatever, however you say that, and Donkey or Teh versus CH Aries. And it should be quite, there's some interesting matches there. Obviously, I'm going to try to stream my match live. That should be a lot of fun, so tune into my channel for that. I'll give you more updates. I haven't scheduled that yet. You've got another YouTuber here, SHD, not actually an Australian, playing for New Zealand on the Australian team, as he couldn't enter the World Cup on his own, unfortunately. But that should be quite interesting. Perino, I've never seen him lose anything. So, I feel pretty confident in his abilities. Wicked is an incredible player. Unbelievable. The best declay in Australian. And then Zombie, who's just our top player. He's amazing. I also have never seen him lose. So, that should be really, really... We've got a good lineup here, but so did Chile. I've looked at theirs and, you know, their ratings. I haven't quite studied all of their tactics and matches yet. I'll go and have a look at the week 1, see if there is anything to view from that, but it's going to be a tough one. I still predict Australia will win, and with that win, we'll confirm their place, our place, in the quarterfinals. So yeah, that's it for the matches for round 2 for week 2. Now, I know Earl Gaming will be going into more depth on the actual country versus country. You'll get to see a bit more breakdown on his level, I'm quite sure. I think he's still going to do that. So keep an eye out for that as well. And yeah, you'll see more from me throughout the week. There will be updates, so stay tuned. But yep, good luck to everyone who's playing. See you soon. This is Rocket Rob blasting off again.